I can be a dreamer because I can be sleeping and badass at the same time. Okay, so before I start reviewing the second book, The Divide, let's get on to my theory. So the first one is that I suspect that Molly's generations are the dreamer, so that's why her grandpa also got struck by lightning years ago, from what her father told her. And she's kind of destined to be the dreamer. And the next one is Dave fell in love with someone long time ago, but something happened to her and Dave sees her a bit in Molly in some way. And next one, the person who attacked Tara is the same person that creep around Molly in the real world, but still undefined about what he's after. I don't really know what he's after, but maybe he wants to kill Molly and stuff. Yeah. And next one is that I also suspect that the attacker is one of citizen of Terra, and he also planning to betray them all. Maybe personal vendetta, perhaps. Yeah. So the divide. We start off when Molly was in Terra and she was brought to the Dreamer Containment Center where all the dreamers practice their gifts and combat and stuff. And I was blown away because I just imagined one of the coolest building ever with all the neon blue lights, and Molly got stuck there. How awesome is that? And the scene where Alina gave Molly all the previous dreamers memories, and that scene creeped me out because oh my god, I can't imagine someone inject me with all the previous dreamers memory. But it's also an advantage because it gives Molly all the experience that all the past dreamers have faced and all the abilities and gifts, and it's awesome. Like, she don't have to practice for another 5 years to be awesome in combat and to really engage with her gift, and she just go through her mind and pick one of the past dreamers, and she can do that stuff. That's awesome and advanced. And we can see all the tension between Dave and Molly because she now have a boyfriend. Oh my god, I can't even say that word. I understand that Molly wants a relationship in the real world for normalcy because she didn't want to get left behind when she's in Terra, and she wants something constant in her life when she wake up. I understand that, but Dave. And also there has been a dick for half of this book because Molly said that she got a boyfriend and they can't really be together, they just need to stay friends, and he got all butthurt again and be a dick and go and try to kiss other girl. I know you want to try and give up on Molly, you know. I'm just but damn it, Dave. God damn it. And Ray in this book are absolutely adorable. He's one of a kind of male friend that you need in your life, and Ray's there, and he's witty and he's funny, and maybe that's why I like him, because he's funny and he's a bit slow, and he also loves to eat. Just give food to Ray and he's gonna be happy. He can eat everything. And I also love the journey when Molly finished her training for that day, and Ray and Dave flung her to the Anima, the ecosystem for Terra, and you can see all the stuff that's been going on in that part of the city, and it's just awesome that they go to the Italian restaurant Ray brought them, and damn it, I want a friend like Ray. And I really appreciate the time when Molly in Terra for the 2 days. We can see that 2 days in the real world equivalent to many days in Terra, and I love that because we got a really long scene and kind of quarter of the books of Molly in Terra, and that's awesome because I get to discover all of the cities, because past dreamers did not just appear like Molly. It's unusual because Molly appeared outside of Terra in a really lovely big tree when Dave is also there. That's kind of cute. And past dreamers just appeared in the Dreamer Containment Center, so they didn't go out much, but Molly got all the awesome perks and she got to experience Terra and the club scene. We finally got to know why Evelyn acting like a bitch this whole time. Finally got to know. Because she thinks that Molly is not her. We're still in the club scene. And Molly got new friend, and damn it, the dance scene, that hot one, and that sexy, duh. And oh my gosh, I was squealing like a banshee that scene because damn, they make a good couple. Make a good couple, and Dave is such a tease. We finally got to know why Evelyn acting all distant and cold and aloof this whole time, and we finally know that Dave once lost a person that dear to him, the love of his life. And for Evelyn, who knew him for so long, she don't want that to happen again with Molly, because dreamers are not constant in their world. And that saddened me, and suddenly Dave's are behind them, hearing all the gossip and secrets, and I'm just like, oh shit, that was the oh shit moment. Like, Dave was so angry because we all know that some secrets are not ours to tell, but it's out in the open now. And it's getting more awkward. And after that, Dave just ignored her and being cool and aloof and a dickhead, obviously. This too, like, I just want to bang their head and ask them to kiss now. Yeah, the next thing that I'm going to say, I have suspected, but it still blew my mind. And another session with Elena when she injected the past dreamers' memories, and now it's a boy who lived in World War II, and he also is in love with Elena, and then we got to know that he is Molly's grandfather. Dun dun dun! Like, I suspected because the theories that I gave, and she is the direct descendant from past dreamers. It never happens before. So maybe that's explained why she is so powerful and she can really change the world. And I hope that she's going to be kick-ass and badass and like kick all the bitches and all the betrayers' asses. Next is the scene like really teared me up, because when I'm reading this, my laptop just blasted Angel by The Weeknd, and that song fits perfectly in the scene where Jared and Molly broke up. Like, Jared is still a wonderful man because he didn't like even a tiny piece accused of Molly didn't love him that much, but he just said that maybe they want different things, and I cried so bad. Like, Jared! That broke my heart, because you can see that both of them are hurting, and Jared's are so forgiving, and I want my own Jared and Dave mix. Yeah, can I get that? Please. Move on to the scene when she got back to Tara, and finally, Dave and Molly, I ship them, and the ship name is Molev? No, that sounds so wrong. Dev Lee. It kind of reminds me of Dave, real name. Dev Lee. Happens, but I kind of skeptical at first because she's kind of heartbroken, not because of she loved Jared, but she cared for him and she kind of feel guilty inside. And after she was transported into Terra, Dave just jumped into her and get all the shit done. Yeah, but still hot though. And we also got to know more about Dave's former girlfriend, like who is now dead, killed by Metis. Yeah, he loved her obviously, and one of his friends also in love with her, and the name is Aaron. And another love triangle. Dave always gets stuck by a love triangle, but he survived it. I hope so. Yeah, Aaron kind of died too because of the heartbreak he faced when he saw Annabelle died. Yeah, that's sad and also heartbreaking. And then we move on to the road trip. The road trip is so cute. Like, we have Becky and Ray and Molly going to the road trip to Molly's parents' house, and Ray's great. Ray's so awesome. I want him in my life. Finally, Molly got the chance to question her grandfather, because now she knows that before her grandfather was the dreamer, but he's old right now, and her parents keep talking that he's kind of crazy, but that's not it. And finally he remembers a little bit in his Terra life, and he's also was in love with Elena before this, but he dropped a bomb where I did not see that coming, and I'm just like, what? No! A dreamer need to choose between Terra or the real world on her 25th birthday because that day something happened to the dreamer's body and she can be transported as person to Terra. And now Molly is 24 and in less than a year she's going to be 25 and going to decide which world she wanted, because one, the real world is where her mom and dad and her grandfather and her best friend and her work life exist, and in another world, Dave and Terra and Dave again, everything about Dave. And if I were Molly, I would get so frustrated, and I'm still frustrated because she didn't tell Dave early, and Dave was just like, we'll work it out, we're all in this together, Ray, Dave, Molly. Like seriously, I am still frustrated. Like why Elena didn't tell Molly and the first time she discovered that she's the dreamer? Why you do this? And that is the reason why Molly's grandfather can't remember anything, because he chose the real world when he was 25th. And that's kind of sad, because when you choose the other world, the day of your 25th birthday, all your memory about Terra will be wiped off. So that's the result, aka her grandfather cries. And the day when she woke up after her 2 days trip to Terra, someone's looking for her and going to harm her, in my opinion. And when she was in Terra, she was also nearly been struck by a conscious error, where a inventive stuff that going to wake up a dreamer when the dreamer is kind of going to be a villain in some way. And I don't know who to suspect. I don't know. She is back in Terra and they have a really cool weapon for a dreamer where she can project more of her Navita's energy and the little wares that I can imagine Molly wearing that and be all like kick-ass and everything. And the scene when Dave finally say I love you to her, and she just straight away said I love you too, and it's beautiful. I can see birds flying and chirping and butterflies everywhere. My OTP parties happened! Yay! We moved on to Becky's birthday party and she invited Jared. At first I was also mad at Becky for inviting Jared, but then after that I was thankful, because at first it was awkward and then they left it on good terms. And I was happy because they're both going to find a new path for their life and love life, and I hope Jared will find somebody wonderful too that love him as much as he loved that person. Because I want Jared to be happy and I love Jared too. And Jared for life! And Dave too, yeah. Okay, the scene where Molly was transferred back to Terra and Dave going to like bring her somewhere, and when she was in her Arcus traveling and she suddenly feel like I feel like I wanted to fly like birds, and suddenly she's flying, and then she just go to where Dave was waiting for her, and Dave is just like, how did you do that? And Molly's just like, I don't know, I just think of it, and just like, but I'm kind of jealous because I want to fly too. And Molly just like, okay, I'm going to try. She intertwined the energy together and suddenly both of them are flying. That's an awesome date. And then they have dinner, and then Dave brought them to the Dreamer's Gate, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That's where all the dreams are collected and transferred into energy, because one side of the world people are sleeping and most of them are dreaming, possibly. And that's amazing. And suddenly all the meat is popping out, and I'm actually really scared for them because they didn't have any backup, the three of them with all the meters, maybe a dozen. And next other days when she's in Terra, the meters popping out now again, attacking the nursery where all the kids and underage. I was worried because that is the place where they generate their next generation, and the meters attack that place. Maybe they want to like lessen the citizen by killing the kids first. That's not fair. And they like straight away go to the nursery and kick ass and everything, and suddenly Molly's waking up and I'm just like, no, and she woke up. And I am so frustrated, and she's also frustrated, but she's just go on with her life, going to her office and work, and she's been calling Ray but he doesn't pick up, and in the middle of the meeting suddenly her phone's vibrated, and then Ray just said, come meet me at the bookstore, Terrace need you, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, finally half a day, and suddenly Ray called her, and thank God she go back to Terra, and she was given the vest, keep casting, and all of them like fight and stuff. And One thing I really love about The Divide is that the fighting scene are so amazing. It kept me on edge when I was just like, oh, okay, next page. Oh, okay, next page. And I can't stop reading the fight scene. It's just awesome. And on the fight are cleared up, and one of the meters are left, but she can't really project her power because the vest kind of need to be charged. So she asked Dave to shot her with an arrow, but you know Dave, protective and stuff, he didn't do it, but Evelyn just like, oh my god, let me do it, and suddenly she got the power back and destroyed the last meters. Bam! My god, the fight scenes are amazing. And then the old clumsy man fell off of the meters remaining. I can feel the scaredness of Molly because she once tries to save Alec, but she didn't succeed, and she's afraid of what she's going to do with Timon now. While Evelyn just like, Molly, kill him! And she really tried her best because now she can really intertwine her powers with other people, and she feels what Timon feels when the meters run and try to devour him. And thanks Tara that Timon is now safe, and he was brought to the hospital to like cure his injuries and stuff, and I was so relieved. I need to close the book and take a deep breath and then continue it again. And then I don't even know why she wanted to be separate with Dave in the hospital while Dave going to visit Timon. Like, you can just follow him, Molly. Don't be separated. There's something bad going to happen if you decide to separate with your group. And no, she's going to wait for Dave outside, and now the betrayer revealed himself. And we got to know that Dr. Marshall is the betrayer, and he's also Aaron, the one's side of love triangle between Dave and Annabelle. Yeah, he's not dead. Piece of shit! I'm so mad at him, and suddenly he got all the conscious knife on her neck, and Dave is trying to reason with him, and he don't want to listen because he's got all that shit crazy, and I sense that. I got a sense that that's going to happen. And then Molly got cut off from Tara. I screamed so loud that night. I'm just like, no! And then she was transported back to the bookstore, and she can't be transported into Tara anymore when she's trying to like close her eyes and sleep. But she still can remember all the memories in Tara, and I'm thankful for that, because once a dreamer has been cut off, he or she can't remember anything. I think the part when she can remember all the stuff may be because of the betrayer. It's not that the dreamer's fault when she was cut off. And Dave, right now I'm so sorry for Dave, and there's war coming, and Aaron is a piece of dung, and he didn't think of the wars that coming. And in this book we got to see the prologue and epilogue from Dave's point of view, and I'm so happy because I finally got to read more from Dave's perspective, and that's really opened up my mind through all the stuff that's been going on in Terra. I'm still sad for it. Now I can't wait for the third book because I want to know. I'm sure Molly going to do something that she can exist in both worlds, or if not, she just like choose Terra because Dave is heartbroken right now. I expect this back the next time I see you, and she gave the seashell back from the first book, and Dave just like see that as a hope, and I was tearing up so bad. And now I need the third book. I need the third book like ASAP. So let's go to fan cast. Actually, I have trouble fan casting the characters, especially Dave, and I contacted the author EJ Mello and asked her to help, but we ended up sending each other hot guys photos, and that's just funny. So for Devlin, I am torn between Bran Doherty and Jesse McCarthy, because Jesse has the Devlin features kinda, but his eyes not blue, and Devlin's eyes is blue, but Bran have the blue eyes and the like really rough kind of face and style and muscle. So between these two, I think I'm more to Bran. Yeah. And next for Molly, I can't find a brown typical beauty, but I came across this girl, and I don't know who she is, but she is my Molly. Like, she has the Molly features and the freckles and brown eyes, brown hair, and she just looked like really innocent and pretty at the same time. So if you know who this girl is, let me know down in the comments below. Okay, so next for Ray, my lovely precious Ray. I fan cast Hunter Parrish as Ray because Ray would describe having a tan skin and blonde hair, so I think Hunter suits him. And for Becky. Becky's the red hair, but she's pretty. And the red hair that came in mind is this Holland Rodden. She's pretty and she's red hair. And lastly, our lovely precious Jared. Jared is a 27-ish lawyer in New York, but he got a really nice style wearing designer's clothes, and I can't really find who suits him, but one model came in mind, and he's Nicholas Gillies. He's 27 right now, and I think it suits him. And I enjoy fan casting them, and I can't wait for the next book in the series. And I think that's all for my review for The Dreamer and The Divide. I really hope you give it a chance and go pick them up, and it will be great. I love it so much, and I can't wait for the third installment. And also, the author AJ Mello dropped a really fantastic news last week, and it's about a novella for this series from Dave's point of view. So the cover is here, it's super lovely, called The Dreamcatcher, and I'm just like, yay, yay, we can read more from Dave's point of view. And I know she created it, and I'm in love with that. I'm in love with all the covers of this series, and I just love it, and I think you should go give it a try, and trust me, it won't be enough. It left me breathless and wanting more, and now I just need to wait for February for the novella and everything. And thank you so much, AJ Mello, for creating an awesome world that I desperately want to be part of, and it's just fantastic, bloody fantastic. And that's all for my review for today, and I hope you enjoy your week. Happy reading, keep on fangirling. I'm Amelia, talk to you guys next time. Ciao! Shh.